dominating track and field. They topped the 2023 National Junior Track and Field Championships at the Hazley Crawford Stadium last weekend. Winning the title for the second straight year of the 93 events, Phoenix scored 722 points. Joining us this morning is Carissa Douglas, coach and treasurer. And also joining us this morning is none other than Kern, head coach and president. Good morning to both of you and welcome to the show.
Thank you for having us.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
It's a pleasure to have you with us this morning on the Now Morning Show. And before we get into a conversation, congratulations.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
How does it feel, both of you, of course, as coaches, to celebrate this win with your team? Carissa,
Sorry, I didn't catch that.
How does it feel to celebrate this win with your team, Carissa? All right, so Kern, can you hear us clearly?
We now hear you.
Okay, wonderful. So how does it feel as coaches to celebrate this win with your team? Carissa, we'll start with you.
Well, we are elated. Last year we would have won the title and we were still in shock. It was unexpected because that was not the aim. This year we went in with the intention to try to retain the title. So, we're elated about that.
Wonderful. Kern?
Well, as head coach and president, I'm happy that the club is going in the right direction. For me, the happiest part of it is the athletes that come from a lot of different backgrounds that persons would not know about. And for them to have something to celebrate and to believe in, that's the most important thing for me. Seeing them and their parents happy gives me all the joy in the world.
Beautiful. Now, Kern, you just mentioned, as president, can you share with us a little bit of history about the RSS Phoenix Club?
Right. RSS Phoenix, which stands for Rising Superstars, it started in 2017 out of a group of students at a particular school in the east of Tobago, which is Roxborough Secondary School. So we started with that group of students and we chose to use the RSS because that was home for them, right? But it stands for Rising Superstars. And that was a group of students that had potential. Nobody wanted to coach. They didn't believe in them. And that's where the name Phoenix came about, because the Phoenix stands for rising out of something, rising from the ashes, rising from the bottom. And here we are, still rising and believing in ourselves.
A wonderful success story, and we know that this is just the beginning, as you mentioned, 2017, so relatively young and already dominating in the sport area. Carissa, how long have you been involved with RSS Phoenix?
Actually, I am one of the founding members, so I've been there from the start in 2017, as Kern said. Like he said, we just started with a handful of students. We had invited others to come and help train them. We saw their potential, but the thing is, being in the countryside in Roxborough, most people tend to say, well, that's a little too far. And being there ourselves, we're like, and being physical education teachers, we decided that, well, we're going to take up the mantle. We can't look at all this talent and just let it go to waste. So, yeah, from the start, we've been grinding to get to where we are right now.
I'm glad that you mentioned the word grinding, because that's definitely one word that many are going to associate with preparing for track and field championships. So we'll start with Kern. Can you share with us what the preparation has been like, or was like rather, for the National Junior Track and Field Championships at the Hazley Crawford Stadium?
Well, our preparation usually begins at about August, September for the entire season. We prepare firstly those athletes to make the national team, Carissa, NACAC age group, NACAC and Commonwealth Youth Games. So this year we had 4 members of our club making the Carissa team, one coming back with a bronze medal. And presently speaking, we have one member of our club. His name is Kern Henry. He is currently in Dominican Republic with the 8 athletes from our country who are representing us at the NACAC age group championship. And after these major trials, which is the Carissa and the NACAC and so forth, then we turn our attention to the national junior championships. So it's the last thing that we actually prepare for. We have some special athletes that they love doing multiple events. And so we actually train them to do many different things. And I think that's where our strength is, and that's where the success came about.
That's wonderful to hear. Hearing, of course, that so many are interested in doing different things and developing the individual all around, because one will assume from the team and the way that it started, or the club rather, to where it's going, there's definitely that sense of family. Now, Carissa, you mentioned something quite interesting, speaking about the location in particular of the club. How does that affect preparation for your athletes, if at all? All right, Carissa, can you hear us? All right, seems
Sorry,
as
I
though
think the internet is a little bit weak. Could you repeat?
Sure. You mentioned earlier the location of the club. How would you say that affects the preparation, if at all, of your club members? Okay, so it seems as though we're having a bit of a connectivity issue right now. So, Kern, if I could pose the question to you.
Yeah, definitely the location in the east. So it's about a 40-minute drive to the Dwight York Stadium on afternoons. Not much traffic or anything, but a lot of children have difficulties funding transportation to get to the stadium. So transport is our main issue, and finishing training right around 6:30. Transport is usually hard for them to head back to the east. So you find that some parents may not always send athletes to training, which is a problem in terms of consistency. But it's something that we are still working on. I think there's a need for facilities in the eastern end of the country because we have the Dwight York Stadium, which is located central in the west, right? But we need more facilities in the east, long jump pits, mondo track, shot put and discus training circles. We just need more, given the amount of talent on the island. We had a coach from Jamaica who is here, and she said to us that when she looked at our athletes in Tobago, we have a natural build that not necessarily the Jamaicans have. So she thinks that Tobago, in particular, can produce a lot of top athletes, but we just need the support, we need the funding, we need the facilities, we need buy-in from the public, from the business sector. And I think once that happens, once persons start seeing the vision and investing in the youths, I think that sports can go a long, long way in Tobago, even with the Olympics coming up in 2024 and 2028. This is our time to push and get more athletes to the Olympics and get them medaling for the country. And just one more thing to add to that, I think we need a conversation, that persons need to have a conversation with the track and field clubs. For me, track and field is the most successful sport in the country, and I don't think that it is given the importance or the relevance as some of the other sports.
Definitely. Thank you so much for sharing that, Kern, and agree with you on all your points, especially speaking about, taking it a bit more seriously, and of course track and field being one of the most, if not the most successful sport, because we definitely see our athletes shine, not just here, but on a global scale as well. Kern, we have a little bit more time left, and I'd just like to ask you, you shared with us, of course, what's upcoming for some of your athletes, but what is in the future for Phoenix Club?
We have we have a lot. Actually, one of the things that we want to do is to branch out to another sport and not just track and field. But track and field is our main sport. I think track and field is the foundation for all sports. All sports need speed, endurance, strength, and power. And I think that any child that is in athletics or track and field can branch out to other sports very easily. Track and field is a sport that not everybody is going to be in the top three to win a medal. So coaches need to be honest with themselves and look at other avenues for athletes. So in the future, that's one of the things that we are going to do, to look for other avenues that athletes can be successful in. And of course, we want to continue to produce national athletes, win more championship, and just have athletes coming from difficult backgrounds. It's giving them a level of success. One of the things that we also facilitate is academic support. We have an academic support program. We also have a nutrition program that we do after training. So we try to do many things because it's about the athlete. Sometimes they don't know what the meal is or if they're gonna have a meal when they go home. So we try to have a small meal or a small shake after training. So in our club, we have the athletic program, the academic support program, and the nutrition program. So my executive, we definitely gonna sit and look at other things that we need to do, that we have to do to continue to support our youngsters in the right way and develop them. In the August, we have a fun day that we are gonna plan for the athletes and their parents and families and even villagers. We don't know what village we're gonna have the fun day yet, but it's just something just invite persons
Kern, I
and
am
just have
so
fun.
sorry, but I do have to cut you because we've come to the end of our conversation. But thank you so much for all that you do. I'm looking forward to seeing the club continue to win throughout the world. Have a wonderful day.
Thank you.
All right, we
very
have
much.
a break coming up next. Very short break, and then it's time for your entertainment on Now.